Modern Monster Jam is absolute cinema. Modern Monster Jam is leagues ahead of old school Monster Jam. Modern Monster Jam is the greatest era of the sport. If you think old school Monster Jam is better, you're letting nostalgia blind you. Take off the rose tinted glasses, man. Stop right there. I can't believe anyone would utter those words. You're doing yourself a huge disservice. The reason many people in the fandom believe Monster Jam is not as good anymore has to do more with just Crush Cars being removed. Before we begin the video, one thing must be said first. Modern Monster Jam is still entertaining and enjoyable, but we will dissect why many believe old school Monster Jam is better. So with that, let's begin. The presentation of Monster Jam has dramatically changed over the last few years. We went from hardcore, grittiness advertising with the trucks and drivers that all ages, even kids, can enjoy, to a family fun night out including monster trucks. The introductions at shows reflect this subtle change. We went from epic motorsports introductions to the new presentation of family fun motorsport action. I would like to show a few modern day examples of Monster Jam's introductions that highlight the heavy-hitting drivers and get you excited to watch the show. Now, let's look at Glendale's introductions from 2020.
Monster Jam, Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, are you ready? Max D, and I can't wait to see you tonight.
Now let's take a look at a few introductions from the mid-2010s. such a legendary presentation format. Now, let's go look at 2025's recent introduction changes.
Louisiana! Welcome Stadium Championship Series East!
Make some noise for Barry Moosehour, South Beach.
Make some noise for Kevin Cracker Megalodon!
To the greatest show on dirt, it's the
As catchy as the Monster Jam song is, I low-key appreciate it to some extent. But it hammers the point home that Monster Jam has become more kid-friendly. You can even say it's Disney on dirt. Just watch any Speed Era episodes of Monster Jam or Fox Sports 1 and see how the presentation of the sport seemed geared towards general audience members instead of just kids. To hammer this point home even further, look at Medusa. This won't ever happen again. During the live streams of live shows, Monster Jam incorporated mini games that's just for kids. Another thing that needs to be said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with marketing towards kids. When people cite this kid-friendly change, this is all they mean by. To some people, it's a detriment to Monster Jam. To some, it's inclusive. But getting more fans introduced to Monster Jam is always a good thing. Tracks today are lackluster, small, and are a sad representation of the roots Monster Jam has come from. To put it simply, the tracks of today are made to be assembled fast and disassembled faster. It all boils down to logistics and efficiency. It's a process Monster Jam has streamlined to save money on labor and be cost effective when you can set up the same track in multiple cities. The tracks use less dirt. The jumps are smaller, and to some degree, safer. 2025 has had one of the worst tracks to come out of the sport in years, and we are repeating similar beats when it comes to this track being used for the 2026 season. 80 to 90% of the tracks being produced today, the jumps are no bigger than a person. Some fans say you don't need massive dirt mounds to get big air, and to be fair, that's true. But to me, it was never about big air. Big jumps and obstacles, to me, always showed scale, height, and the comparison between the truck or obstacle was something to behold in. I want to put this comment up, which takes the words right out my mouth. I think the biggest problem is the tracks are repetitive, dull, plain, and boring. 2007 to 2014 has had some of the greatest tracks in this sport's history. The track art back in the late 2000s and early 2010s will always define how passionate it seemed Monster Jam was. With similar track setup, differently with an entirely different paint schemes to separate themselves from one another. You can't take a track from today and show people that it's iconic when all the tracks from today are the same. I will be fair here and say old school Monster Jam did start the trend of two-color tracks. The tracks from 2012 to 2014 had patterns and at least had some effort to make them pop. After 2014, the tracks become dull and bland with no patterns, no schemes, and a lack of crush cars, buses, van stacks. I mean, speaking of crush cars, crush cars is something many still want and clamor for. On February 15th, 2019, Monster Jam will make the announcement that freestanding cars will be removed for the safety for all in the venues. I know to many it's a dead topic, but how can it be a dead topic when other promotions are still using buses, van stacks, and cars? Monster Jam is the biggest promotion, making millions upon millions per year. If you ask me, crush cars were only removed to streamline the process of building and cleaning up the track. To me, the removal of crushables is simply to save money and increase profit margins. The biggest promotion in the monster truck industry should not be running away from what made Monster Jam not only great, but iconic. No other promotion was giving you the biggest tracks and the passion that used to go into building a track. Other promotions, such as Toughest Trucks, Monster Truck Throwdown, KSR Motorsports, and even 2 Extreme Motorsports, use more crush cars, vans, and buses. They don't cite the corporate excuses to remove an integral part of what made the industry great. In what world, what reality are the independent promotions finding and using crush cars, buses, and vans? In what world do people quickly run to defend a multi-billion-dollar company?
But who can resist this?
In what world does the massive elephant in the room get constantly ignored while smaller promotions give monster truck fans what they actually want? There is no argument, no video that will ever convince me when you have a handful of promotions doing what Monster Jam refuses to do. Monster Jam used to lead the way in this department, but has strayed away from the one core element of what made this promotion great. Failed Entertainment is estimated to be valued in the billions of dollars, while shows like Monster Jam raking millions and millions a year in profits. And you're telling me they can't spare a few thousand to make the tracks amazing once more? Drivers such as Ryan Anderson, Adam Anderson, and Ryan Dissaroon on a Monster Jam Geek Instagram post stated that they would like to see a return to form.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
I mean, it's funny how no one says these drivers have rose-tinted glasses or are blinded by nostalgia. People don't want to see tracks be built around two-wheel skills for almost all the trucks to do the same exact thing. People want to see chaos and uncontrolled destruction, but apparently safety was the reason all of this was removed. Let me quiz you guys real quick. When did this iconic moment from Tom Meents take place? January 17th, 2009. A full day after the tragic, fatal killing of a kid due to a part flying off a natural high. This unfortunate incident is often cited for the reason crush cars and buses and even trucks being shut down.
Tire. Shocked they're letting him. Yep, there we go. Yeah, the booze coming on in, and guess what, Monster Jam? It's for you. I love that. Fans are going crazy. I mean, I would be too. We're getting to see a freestyle with a pop tire. This doesn't happen much. It's gonna really hurt him. Oh my god, is he gonna try it? You losers! They shut him off because he was gonna go for the backflip with a pop tire. What a shame. I agree, Reagan. This is embarrassing for Monster Jam today. Tyler's fed up. I feel it, pal.
For the reason why these things that made Monster Jam great have become so watered down. But I unfortunately call bull. Past this unfaithful moment, we would get 7+ years of absolute destruction and chaos. One of the biggest pillars of what made this promotion the behemoth it came to be was the untamed, the vast amounts of destruction, and uncontrolled chaos you would get at a Monster Jam show. By far, this is the core element of what people constantly harken back to. The main reason why many people wanted Zach Garner to win freestyle at World Finals 24 is because of the chaos and absolute ragged edged freestyle Monster Jam allowed Zach Garner to do. It reminded people of the grittiness that Monster Jam once came from. The element of ragged edge runs have been so far removed that moments such as Zach Garner's World Finals freestyle, people would go on and compare it to a Tom Mintz freestyle. Some of the greatest moments and freestyles were from this era. This era was Monster Jam's version of the Attitude Era. You never knew what you would get at a show. You might witness a truck lose a wheel and keep going. You might witness a truck flip over into another truck during racing and continue the race. You might see a truck leaping over another truck and continue the freestyle. This is what people want. We don't want two-wheel skills. Speaking of two-wheel skills, many just want it gone altogether. We want to see trucks go until they can't go. We want to see trucks lose a wheel and see what they can do on 3 wheels. The brand of Monster Jam was literally built upon this element of the show. It was even advertised and marketed this way for years, that you would be treated to a spectacle over a formulaic event. We want to see trucks go past the 2-minute mark and do a 3 or 4-minute freestyle like they used to do. Today, show flow is most important, and we gotta charge people more money for less. In part 2, we will go over how much more old school Monster Jam gave you, such as the side acts that you got with the show. We will go over how raw and untamed old school Monster Jam World Finals encores used to hit, and how much the World Finals has changed. We will go over the trucks and how much they have changed. And lastly, we will see if modern Monster Jam's newest additions, such as the thematic trucks and the All-Star Superstar challenges, and we will weigh the pros and cons of modern and old school Monster Jam. Part 2 coming soon. Subscribe for more. Critical Creeper out.
Every story told, put the real back into this online gold. Always win fake reviews, baby, we live.